28 years of your life is a big chunk of living. And the people that I work with are my friends. Still to this day, people who left years ago are still friends with me. And I'm proud of what we were able to accomplish here. My name's Mark Kaiser. I came here in 1981 in February, and I worked here for 28 years until I retired.
Dave Owen, and I worked for Northstar for just over 25 years. I started in December of 1974, and my last day was in May of 1999.
Fred Stoner. I worked at Northstar from 1977 to 1993.
Wayne Guthrie. I've been here since August 2006.
Horacio Cuevas Munguia, and I've been here for 43 years. Well, I will be 43 years next December.
When Northstar came along was the golden age of the ski industry.
When I started here, Northstar at that time was only, 5 years old? And everything was new. It was being built, There was only 4 chairlifts here, or 5 chairlifts. Snowmaking was the first year.
Northstar was owned by Louisiana Pacific at that time. Fiberboard was later spun off from Louisiana Pacific as a standalone company. Fiberboard had originally been bought by Louisiana Pacific, and they didn't have any other ski areas.
It was more of a real estate development than it was a ski area. And in the 70s, the economy wasn't very good. So as an incentive to sell the real estate, they'd say, oh, by the way, we have a little ski area that you get a pass to. And it was pretty exciting being involved in planning a new lift or a new ski trail. There was opportunity.
And they gave us a lot of training, a lot of opportunities.
I was exposed to so many different disciplines working at Northstar. It just gave me a background in so many things, which included lift maintenance, which included grooming, which included snowmaking. And some of the reasons I would have stayed was because I got to do that.
My first winter here was a utility position. I did lift maintenance, trail maintenance, and then the next year I went to ski patrol. I don't remember how many years I was on patrol before I was patrol director, and then after that, mountain operations manager. I got exposed to a lot of things I had never been exposed to.
They were light years ahead of most ski areas in the area in terms of their maintenance, training, and program. We started taking out the old original lifts here and replacing them with detachable lifts and improved lifts.
The detachable lift made the experience so much better for the skier. Starting with it was much easier to get on and off of. That made it better for the skier, better for the ski area. I remember having the first grooming vehicle that was hydrostatically driven. That means you had hydraulic power, so you could operate a blade that you could actually move snow with. So that was, again, a huge change for skiing. And there was a piece of urethane grooming that produced the surface called corduroy. I got to see the first 100 yards of that being produced and knew I was seeing something that was magic for the industry.
To me, being able to participate in the construction of the ski lifts, I think that is very fun, very interesting. I learned a lot.
It was a challenge to build lifts, then maintain them, and loved it, loved the whole thing.
It's been a privilege to be really kind of on the stepping stone of all those things, and I see those things in existence 50 years later with Northstar. It's really heartwarming.
Culture here is very family-oriented.
The culture at Northstar was always much more personal than it was at a really big area.
We all knew each other, we all shared things, and we weren't reluctant to teach each other whatever the other person was interested in knowing. And that was, to me, was very unusual.
All the people that working here, I really like the people. I think I made a lot of friends, good friends, very good friends. I think that's very special to me, more than anything else.
I always felt like Northstar treated me with integrity, and that was just always made me loyal.
It's always been like my home. Take a lot of pride in what you do here.
I've been proud of the people that I worked with and knew and trained. There are a lot of people who have been here long-term, 10, 15, 20, 25-year employees, even some that have been here 30 and 40 years. And that's almost unique in resorts.
It meant something. You were a team member. And I am who I am for a lot of those. Thanks for those years here, you know.
I hope in the next 50 years for Northstar, it'll continue to be the same.
Coming here today, I was walking through the village, watching the employees walk around in their uniforms and flashing back to when I was in uniform here and what it meant and what I experienced and how exciting it was. I just hope it does for them what it did for me. Learning, growing, fun, friendship, professionalism. Hope they get the benefit that I got.
And I hope that people remember the people that built things here, started this resort. And it's fun to look back in history and talk to some of these guys that were here in the 70s and listen to their stories and, you know, how they built this resort.
I take a great deal of pride in knowing that I still see some things that go, I know where that came from. And yeah, makes me feel pretty proud. Even chokes me up a little bit. Sorry.